Hey, welcome to this short class focusing on building leg strength and improving our balance. If you enjoy this short class, then why not join me for the full 30-minute sequence over on connected.yoga. I'll put the link just below. So let's get started. 2 sturdy blocks near the top end of your mat are going to be really useful. These cork ones are great, or something similar as long as it's nice and stable. We're going to start on hands and knees. So just sit back on your heels, but reach your hands out in front. Then lean forward into your hands so you can tuck your toes and gradually sink your hips back towards the heels. Take a couple of long breaths in and out. So obviously when it comes to building leg strength and working on our balance, we're going to be standing on our feet a lot. So we're starting at the feet, just finding a little bit of release. Here, stretching out the soles to begin with. Walk your hands in towards you. Keeping the toes tucked as long as that's good for you. And then if you can, bring the hands up onto the thighs and either stay leaning forwards there or come bring yourself upright. So the weight of your head is over the rib cage. Your rib cage is over the pelvis and the pelvis is over the feet there. Relax the arms by your sides. Take a nice full breath all the way in. And a big sigh out. Really dropping the shoulders as you do that once more. Taking the hands back to the floor in front. Sliding back wide in the knees so we come to an easy squat. Let it be as easy as you can. Maybe sway a little bit side to side. And then coming down to a seat. And in fact, all the way onto your back. So feet to the floor, knees pointing out. Feet are going to want to be about hip width apart. Focus on the feet, lift the toes and spread them apart. As you do that, you might notice that the inner arch of your foot lifts. Let's keep that. Drop the toes back to the floor. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Slowly breathing out, lowering back down. Inhaling, lifting up. Now as you lift the hips up, press the feet down. Slowly exhale, release. Take a few more. I want you to find that connection with your feet and your glutes. So you press down through the feet and you feel the glutes hugging your sitting bones. Just a couple more. Moving with control, not too fast. Good, and then as you come down next, you could bring the feet just a centimeter closer in towards each other. Lift the hips, bring the right knee in towards you. So we'll try the same thing just on one leg, single leg bridge lift. Pressing down through the balancing foot, keeping that balancing knee steady and the hips nice and level as you go up and down. Just 2 or 3 more here. Again, see if you can feel that connection between the foot and the glutes, because that is key when it comes to improving balance. Coming down, switching sides. And it might be that one side is slightly easier than the other, or maybe you feel quite balanced from side to side already. Keep breathing nice and fully, and you might even hear that sound of your breath in and out through your nose. Last one here. When you're done, hug the knees in towards you. Rocking all the way up, or roll to the side and come up. Come onto hands and knees. Spread the fingers. Press into the hands as you slide the hips back. Wrap your armpits inwards towards your face. Keep pressing down, lift the knees. Lift the hips. Walk the feet back a couple of inches. We have downward facing dog. Lift and lower, one heel at a time there, lengthening through the spine. And then looking forwards and walking the feet up towards the hands. A little fold. Hands to the thighs. Part way up, all the way up, reach. Bending the knees, feet are hip width apart. Press your heels into the ground. Imagine also that you want to move your feet apart, but they're stuck in place. Notice how that connects to your glutes up here. Let's keep that as much as we can. Hands to the hips, coming to stand up onto the toes. Lowering back down, back into our chair. Inhaling as you come up, all the way up onto the toes. Slowly back down and bending the knees, keeping that hugging sensation of the glutes. Next time you come down, bend the knees, maybe keep the heels off the floor. Chair. Drop the heels down. Coming back up to stand onto the toes. Again, bend the knees, keep the heels up if you can. And drop the heels down, up to stand up onto the toes. And last time here, bend on the toes. Lower down, let's fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And step the right toes all the way back, drop that knee to the floor. Hands to the hips. Now, hug the front hip back and the back hip forwards. Inhale, reach. Tuck the back toes and keep bringing the hips towards one another. Lift the back thigh up. Slowly drop it down. Hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. If you like, now ripple forwards. Plank. Knees down, slowly chest down. Release the toes. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. And then exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, hug that knee underneath, roll forwards, right foot to the top, back knee down, hands to the hips. Again, hug the hips towards one another. Toes are tucked under at the back. Keep squeezing the hips together. Inhale, reaching up, lift the back knee, back thigh. Exhale, back knee down, hands down. Inhale, step to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the left toes back. We go again, drop the back knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Squeeze the hips towards one another. Lift the back knee. And slowly, slowly drop it back down. Hands to the floor. Down dog. And if you like to plank and all the way down, little cobra, roll up, roll down, and press back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the left leg up behind, and exhale, step the left to the top. Back knee comes down, inhale, let's reach, squeeze the hips towards the center. Keep squeezing to lift back thigh and keep squeezing even more to lower back down. Hands come down, inhale, step to the top. Exhale to fold. Hands to the knees, halfway up, all the way up to reach, and then to stand nice and tall. Find your focus, just looking for straight forwards. Relax the shoulders, soften the back of the knees a little bit there. Hands to the hips. Bend the knees once more into our chair. Lift the right heel up. Slowly step the right toes all the way back. Hug belly gently in. Tap the right toes back to the top. And then bring that right knee to your chest. Repeat. Bend the left knee, tap the right toes down. Slowly tap the right toes back. Back to the center, inhale, stand. Exhale, tap down, and back, and center, and up. Keep going. And on the next one, maybe you can miss out that center tap, and you just go from the back to raise the knee up. Keeping everything as smooth and as steady as you can, so we're not leaning to one side, but we're keeping the pelvis nice and steady and level because we've activated our glutes and we've connected to that balancing foot. Last one. Foot down, fold. Halfway back up. Ready for the second side. Coming to stand tall briefly here for a moment. Set your gaze, then bend into the knees, hands to the hips. Lift the left heel up. Slowly tap the left toes all the way back. And the torso can stay on this diagonal forwards, connecting to your core center. Tapping forwards to the center, lifting left knee up. Tap back down and back behind. Back to the center, knee lifts. Keep going. Keep breathing. Either stay with that or miss that middle tap. And try not to go too quickly, but instead find some focused control in the movements. Last one. Foot lands, folding down. And just pause folding. You could maybe take a hold of the elbows. Couple of long breaths there. Knees can be as bent as they need to be right here. And then coming halfway up, hands to thighs. And all the way up to stand tall. Relax the shoulders, take a nice full breath in. And that big sigh out.